Sleepy Hollow Season 2, Episode 12, Paradise Lost. I think this was definitely a really good mid-season premiere episode for Sleepy Hollow. It seems like they always really kick things up for like their special moments. Like the Season 1 finale was like just really insane. The mid-season finale was really crazy. Like they actually killed off the main villain, who is officially dead as far as we know in this episode. They did pass, I believe they said 6 weeks, so 6 weeks, and there have been some demon-based things behind the scenes, but no real Malik stuff. So as far as we know, Malik is officially gone. And there are a couple of things that kind of support the fact that Malik, as the main villain, is gone permanently. And one of the big things is the angel in this episode, Orion, which was a really cool introduction. I'm like, I know they're not, adding in angels to the series. And not only did they add in an angel, but they added in an angel that ultimately became a villain. So he may not be the main villain because he's not exactly a demon. So I don't know if his goal is really going to be, wipe out all humans or anything like that. That's not exactly what he wants. It's not to rule the world. It's to change the world and make it better. So he's got that weird sort of complex where he's a villain because what he wants to do is good, but he wants to do it in the wrong way. So I'm excited for him to come back, which probably won't be for a bit, quite a while. It might not even be this season. But it was a great introduction to the character. I was hoping, of course, it's like, man, they got an angel on their team. They have a new member of the team. And unfortunately, him kind of turning out to be a bad guy kind of sucks. So he's out of the picture for a while. And he may come back with a different weapon because his initial weapon got destroyed. But he was a cool character. I really liked him. I like some of the moments we got to see because of some of the stuff that he said to Abbie with how she and Ichabod kind of stepped up. They were initially just meant to literally be witnesses. All they were meant to do is see and observe, but they took action and, they kind of saw it as we don't really have a choice. We have to stand up for, like, humans and stuff. But he saw it differently, so that was really cool. I really enjoyed that scene. Early on when Abbie was trying to figure out like God and all that stuff, I thought that was a nice funny scene, and his the angel comprehension of things being far beyond human comprehension, and everything's just like there's no concept of he or she, existence and names and this and that. So I thought that was just a kind of funny way for them to describe it. I thought it was pretty cool though. But I loved the episode. It was a nice little introduction into what we might be getting the rest of this season. It wasn't exactly a clear glance. It's just like, there are little snippets here and there as to what may or may not happen. Demons are now looking for a new leader, and they were looking for the Headless Horseman in this episode. Those specific demons have been killed off, so who knows what else, and who knows what Escape Purgatory. It might end up being like, we have to hunt for these things that escape Purgatory, and they were there even though, the big bad demon Malik trapped them. Them escaping is still pretty bad. They may have just crossed him at, one point or another. So I'm excited for that and what crazy demons we're going to get. Based on the preview, I'm incredibly excited for next week's, or, well, not next week's, but the next episode we're going to get, because it looked really cool having, like, a weird killer demon that hides inside of the paintings and comes out to kill people. It looked really cool, so I'm excited to see that. I hope that episode is as good as the preview was. I had me really excited for it. But I love this episode. It had a lot of cool moments. We got to see all the characters. We got to see Jenny and Holly, and they had their little moments that actually did end up helping the main story. At first it seemed really simple, but they had the little egg thing, and they were able to find the demons and stuff. And we even got to see Holly kind of mention how he still has feelings for Jenny, which I thought was interesting because he's really riding that fine line, because he clearly showed interest in Abbie. I'm pretty sure it was in the mid-season finale or the episode before that. And, now he's like talking to Jenny, and it's like he's going back and forth, but who knows how that's going to play out. It doesn't really matter. But we did get to see them, so that was really good. And of course, the surprise ending with, just we got Irving back. Like, he's not dead. He comes back. He had no idea if he was in heaven or hell. I'm hoping that with Malik officially being gone, his soul is his own. Or if it does belong to Henry still, who may or may not still be alive, how is that going to change what's happening with Irving? Is he going to be able to go back to his regular life? Is he going to still technically be a servant, since he did really sign that contract, even though, the main demon is dead, but Henry is the one who got him to sign it, and all this weird demon legalities, I guess. I don't know. But I'm glad he's alive. That was definitely one of my favorite things about this episode. I wasn't expecting it. I thought his death was just his death, and that was pretty much it. He unfortunately died being super badass. I thought it was really cool, and it sucked that he died. So fortunately now I can kind of skip over that little death moment, and we can enjoy the fact that he was just super awesome in the mid-season finale, and he destroyed the Horseman of War. So that was really cool. And now he is alive. He's gonna have to kind of figure some stuff out, and we'll have to see exactly where things go, especially with stuff being up in the air. It's like there's still demons and there's still danger, but there's no Malik and maybe no Henry. Who knows how that's going to play out. But I'm really excited for that. We got to see some pretty cool stuff between Ichabod and Katrina, and just their weird marital issues right now, and Katrina trying to help Abraham, and she let him go, and it's just constantly escalating to Katrina and Ichabod eventually maybe just separating and stuff, and they're just having issues over and over again. But I enjoyed the issues they have. I really enjoyed a lot of the arguments in this episode, because we never get to see that, like especially with Abbie and Ichabod. They were on very different sides, and Ichabod was like really on the outskirts of everything, because it was like he was going against his wife a little bit, because of course Abraham's just been trying to kill them the entire series, and even before this series, like in the past when they were both still human, once he found out that Katrina was with Ichabod, things really changed between them. So he was against his wife and trying to save Abraham. Then it's like, well, I can't really go against my wife because it's my wife. I have to, still support her, and she at least has this option. Like, if she has the option, we can at least try to save him. So he ended up going against Abbie because of that, and of course, or Orion subsequently. And I thought it was really cool. Like, we got to see them, and even Abbie mentions it at the end of the episode. Like, we kind of need that checks and balances. We have to, really push each other. So it was really cool. We had that. It didn't have like the greatest ending between Ichabod and Katrina, but as far as Abbie and Ichabod goes, it kind of ended well, and I'm sure it'll be fine between Ichabod and Katrina. At least I hope so. I wouldn't want them to break up, and then it's just like, she's just the witch that's just out there doing whatever. I don't know. But I definitely enjoyed this episode. It still brings up a lot of questions. Who's going to be the main villain? Because Malik is officially just gone. If he's not, then maybe he's fused with Henry and they're in some other far-reaching part of purgatory or something like that we haven't really gotten to explore in this series yet. Either way, I'm incredibly excited. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, Malik has been like the main thing, and he's gone like a season and a half, and he's been killed by his right hand man. So Malik is gone. Henry's just obliterated, taken by the energy Malik gave off when he blew up, I guess. Irving's back, possibly with his soul, possibly not with his soul. Now we have Orion out there, who, like I said, most likely won't come back for quite some time, but he's out there. We have an official angel, and he's it was a cool looking angel. I like the outfit he had. It was pretty sweet. He has like the black wings, so he's an angel of death, so he's not a regular angel. So there are a lot of different components that they introduced in this episode that were definitely cool. Like I said, really excited for the next episode we're gonna get, but I'm definitely curious about who the main enemy is gonna be now, or if it's just gonna be, little enemies trying to become main enemies, and they kind of have to get to these lesser demons before they become really big bad demons like Malik was. But love the episode. I think it was a great return for the season. Really excited for the rest of this season and how they're gonna kind of carry on, because it's almost like this could have been the season premiere, and I think I mentioned that in the mid-season finale. That could have been the season finale. I mean, they killed off the main demon. We at least thought we lost Irving, so there was a lot of stuff that happened there, and now it's like this could easily be an entirely new season. So, I'm definitely excited to see how they basically recreate the villains and everything throughout this season, and sort of end, this second half of this season, and still make yet another really big cliffhanger for, season 3. So I'm excited for that. Of course, I want to know what you guys thought about this episode. Favorite parts, least favorite parts. And I think the really big thing is just what's happening with Irving. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff going on, like who could be the main villain, but with Irving coming back at the end of this episode, the big question I think is, will he end up being the main villain now because of whatever random thing? Maybe Malik, having taken his soul, can now, sort of fester inside of him, at least temporarily, and then he'll kind of take over. So, do you guys think that might be a possibility that because Irving gave up his soul when Malik was destroyed, some tiny form of him went into Irving and that's why Irving was revived? I hope not, of course, because I don't want Irving to. I mean, he's just had like the worst storyline as far as living it. It's been great to watch, but it's just like, man, can't be with his family, locked up in an insane asylum, lost his soul, killed, and just all this other stuff. So, that's the last thing I want for his character to have to deal with, just another crappy moment. But, it seems really possible if some super powerful demon owns your soul in a last ditch effort, like, I'm about to get destroyed, I'll jump into this body if I have to and sort of grow from there. But of course, I want to know what you guys think about that and what your speculations might be as far as who this new main villain might be. What did you guys think of Orion and the official introduction of Angels into the series? And just, like I said, your favorite parts and your least favorite parts of this episode. Of course, comment below, let me know. And thanks for watching.